Good morning. Last Saturday, we had amazing time in Towson, just evangelizing, having a mime. And I've heard this verse in Psalm 55:22, and I would like to speak about it today. Cast your burden on the Lord, and He will sustain you. He will never permit the righteous to be moved. And I can put so much burdens on me when I think about my past life. I can easily think about what I will eat, how I'm gonna pay my bills, what I'm gonna do, how is my life gonna play out. I have so many burdens that I put on my back, and they weight heavy. Doesn't we do that often? We think about those things, those carnal things. And we can even create a spiral in our minds of thoughts that can just paralyze us. But here it says that we can cast those burdens on the Lord, and He will sustain us. And it's whenever I think about it, like Psalm 23, He's my shepherd. He'll make me lie down in green pastures, and I shall not want, because He fulfills me, He satisfies me. I don't need anything else other than His presence. And let's open to Matthew 11 really quickly. (28:30). Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart. You will find rest for your souls, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Wow, we need rest. Our bodies, we need to sleep every day. Otherwise, we will be tired. It's the same with our soul. Our souls can be weary. It says here that we will find rest for our souls. It also says, take my yoke upon you. His yoke. If I look back in the day, let's picture a woman approaching the well, and she needs to carry the buckets on her back, right? That's kind of a yoke. It puts pressure on her back. And it's designed by men, right? We are not perfect. It can put really pressure on her neck. And then later we improve that. We designed it so it will form. It will also low. The pressure will be put on our shoulders. We improved. But how much more the yoke from God is perfectly designed for our bodies, so that it's easy. His yoke is easy, and His burden is light. And if you can cast all of those burdens on Him and just put His yoke on us, His yoke that is easy, we can go through really serious stuff, because His yoke is designed in a way that will make us rest in Him. And if we go back again to that Psalm 55:22, He'll never permit the righteous to be moved. And who is the righteous in that verse? It's us. We have imputed righteousness from Christ. We accepted Him, and because of that we are reconciled with God, because God sees us as righteous through Jesus Christ. And it says He will never permit the righteous to be moved. It's impossible to snatch us from His hand. When a child is born in a family, his parents are looking onto that child through his position, not his condition. Our condition can change all the time. We might have a bad day, we might have a good day. But our position, how God looks at us, will never change. Will never be changed. It's just amazing promise that I don't have to perform. This burden is cast down on him. I don't need to I'm not pressured to be in a certain way because he looks at me from my position. That will never change. I'm righteous in his eyes because Christ did all the work. It is written, it is finished. It's a finished work that will never change. It's just amazing promise that we should put in our hearts and always remember whenever we are tired, we don't know what's gonna happen. We have all of those expectations from other people, but we can hold fast onto that promise that God looks at us and he sees us as his child, and he just cares for his child. He is just holding his child with his right hand, that's upholding this child all the time. And also, just for the finish, just the last verse, I would like to open on 2 Corinthians 4:8. We are afflicted in every way, but not crushed, perplexed, but not driven to despair, persecuted, but not forsaken, struck down, but not destroyed. And I think about it, and it's just our experience, what we experience in our lives can be like that. We might be crushed, but our position would never change. We are struck down but not destroyed. We might be experientially, we might feel like we are struck down, but when God looks at us, will be never destroyed. And just remember that there is always a way of escape. In every temptation, in every affliction, there is this way of escape. That's God. He is our door. And you go through things. You go through your afflictions. You think like you are really, really, really in a bad position right now. And you can always go through him, and you find him even closer in your life. That's why he's afflicting us, so we might know so that we might know him. And it's just amazing, amazing promise of God. So let's just think about it. Let's ponder on that. Let's chew on God and what he has in our lives. How we can always go to him. How we can cast our burdens on him. How we can put his yoke that's easy, is perfectly formed for our bodies, for our souls, that we might find rest. We might find rest in him. Yeah. Amen. Let's have a great day with the Lord.